Okay, so it is Monday, which means it's time for another not so awesome review, and this week we're looking at Saga Volume 2. Quick note, it is rated M, and there is this creature here who, it's a little disturbing, okay? There's a creature in here, they fight, it's disturbing. Well, it's not disturbing, but it's not, they went out there with it. Anyways, this volume is $14.99 retail price. You can kind of see there if it focuses. There you go. So it's more money than the volume 1, but it's definitely worth it. It's not, I don't think it's any thicker. You know, I think it's just the same thing. Let me see where it ends really quick, just to be sure that I get the numbers right. 12, and I believe it starts on 6. So that would be 6 issues long. Oh, 7. So it's 5 issues long. Huh. Wouldn't that mean that the last volume is longer? That's a little disappointing. I actually didn't notice that before. But, anyways, it's still definitely worth it. If you already read the first volume, which I'm assuming you already read the first volume of Saga if you're watching this, go get it. I mean, you don't even need to watch this review. You already know how good it is. If you didn't like it, then, well, you'll be the first person that I know who's read it that didn't like it, for one. Which, you know, it's fine. It happens. People don't like things. You know, I'm not going to say you're weird for not liking it. It's just, you know, taste. But if you like it, there's really no reason to watch this review unless you just want to see the book before you get it, because it is still really, 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 really good and funny, and it has its moments. This one has a little bit of action, and definitely a lot of backstory is set up for Marco and, I want to say it's Elena. Is that how you pronounce her name? Alana. You know, they go through for both of them on them meeting. Let me see if I can find that page. I don't want to show too much of this, but here we go. You know, she's the guard, he's the prisoner. You know, they go over them meeting, them running away, and baby things. We also meet, let me see if I can find the good picture here. Well, we meet her, whose name, I swear I just had it. I just knew her name a second ago, and now that I'm looking at her face, I completely forgot. But it says it right here, Gwendolyn, who once again, if you read the last volume, you know who Gwendolyn is. So she makes her appearance and teams up with the bounty hunter they hired to track down Marco and his family. And we do get a backstory for Prince Robot the 14. That's in there. His is pretty messed up. It's interesting and good, but it's pretty messed up on something that happens there. Keep trying not to show that picture. Yeah, so they meet Marco's parents. He goes after the ghost girl, you know, because if you read the end of the last volume, she's kind of been shot out into, like, not space, but she's been, like, transported to a different planet. So Marco goes after her, and his mom follows, leaving Marco's dad and Elena, if that's how you pronounce it. Again, sorry if I'm saying it wrong. That's how I read it. If you know how to pronounce it, you just leave a comment, let me know. I actually really would like to know if I'm pronouncing it right. But it leaves them two together. We learn stuff about Marco's dad. We actually learn about his parents in the very first few pages right here. Once again, it is still narrated by the daughter, who is still a baby. Yeah, other than that, I don't want to speak too much about it, because if you're reading Saga, you already know, you know, how good it is. You should already be going out there and buying it, assuming your store has it in stock. I know my local comic shop always runs out of it, so, you know, that's an indication of how much people like this. Extra stuff in the back here, kind of extra stuff. Just, you know, a few variants, not really much. You know, it's not like there's like a whole bunch of stuff here. Yeah, you know, the art is still amazingly good. There's nothing bad to say about that. The writing is still really good. it's basically Volume 1 continuing. You know, it's in the same pace. It's still as good as Volume 1, if not slightly better. Yeah, it's still, if you're reading Saga, I highly recommend it. If, you know, you, for some reason, were on the fence of getting Volume 2. If you haven't read Saga and you're, like, watching this review, and you didn't watch the first volume review I did, or you watched the first one and now you're watching this one, just go get it. Trust me, it is worth the money. Retail price for Volume 1, $9.99. Retail price for Volume 2 is $14.99. So, like I said, it's a little bit more money, so that's a little bit disappointing. But it's worth it. Volume 3, I believe, comes out at the end of this month, beginning of April, somewhere around there. So I can't wait for that. And then these single issues will actually start returning once Volume 3 is out, I believe. So, you know, it's like the perfect time to get all caught up right now and not miss a single issue once they start coming out again. And, yeah, there's nothing bad to say about this. It is a really good book. It's definitely one of my favorite things. You know, the second I read it and finished Volume 1, it shot up to one of my favorite things I've read, period. And, yeah, like I said, sorry, I'm hungry. Haha, I shouldn't, you know, film these without eating food first. But, I've said but a lot in this video. It's an awkward video, I know. It happens. But no, seriously, good, just really good. Read it, get it, like it, because it is awesome. Anyways, Saga Volume 2. 5 stars all the way across the board. Highly recommend getting Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. Obviously start with Volume 1. You know, if you don't like it, then you don't like it. It just happens. You don't have to. But it's really good. The story, like I said, it continues on. It explains more of their backstory, which is great. And just keep in mind that whole M rating on there is there for a reason. So don't go out getting this for your kid, like who's even, I would say, just because of legal reasons, under 18. But don't go getting it for your kid who's like seriously like 12, 13, because yeah. Anyways, good story. Highly recommend it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this review. It wasn't the greatest review, but this is a not-so-awesome review. I will have a review for Wonder Woman Volume 1 up next week, so I hope you enjoy that. Until then, don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.